Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Good morning. Are you having some matcha? A root beer float? What are you having to eat, drink? Smoke. This time of the day, morning. Where are you in this world? In our community? Right now? Where I am? On the east coast of the United States? Somewhere? Oh, where am I? It is 5:42 Saturday morning, August 25th. Get out in front of that shag carpet and put on the Jetsons, the Flintstones, H&R Puffin stuff. Do you guys remember? Guys, Wade Wilson, weak Wade Wilson. As we know, been sentenced to, well, where he's either going to get old Sparky or he's going to get a little vein work done. Guys. So I got a couple clips that I want to show you to explain where he's going, why he's going, where he's going, what he should be afraid of. And he should be afraid because at 6'3", not 5, 6'3" at about 220, he's a lightweight. He's a lightweight that can't go up against any men. He's got to go up against women. And let's get this straight. He's got to go up against defenseless women. Women that don't even see him coming. Wade Wilson. Prince Charming. He has all those weak Wade wives. Is that what we're calling them? Wade wives. Weak Wade wives. Those women that just cannot do anything better in their life or get anything better in their life than convicted two-time MURDERER. That's the best they can do. And some of them, are stupid enough. Some of them are stupid enough to be a DRUGMULE and go into a visiting room with this guy, put drugs up in them, and then try to take him out and give it to Wade, and then they both get caught. But did you know that Wade is also a snitch? He's a snitch. Didn't he get mad at his dad for doing that? But yet Wade, he did that to somebody else. Well, as we know in jail, snitches mean stitches! Stitches for those snitches, guys. So, Wade Wilson, he doesn't have to worry about, running out of soap so much, because now where he's going every other day, he will get a chance to shower. Every other day. And they don't have to worry about them fancy suits, because he'll be wearing an orange top. Orange is his color now. Guys, he could take his blue hearts and shove them up his ass. And Wade wives, weak Wade wives, the fact that he's using you and you idiots are stupid enough to fall for it, making money for him, you're making money for a murderer. You are going to look bad in history. What is he going to do for you? And why do you not think that this guy is an MURDERER? What makes you think that he is innocent and that there's this gigantic conspiracy to get Mr. Wade Wilson, weak Wade Wilson? What? He is so important that there's a whole conspiracy to get him? And these girls, weak Wade wives, these girls are so delusional that they are trying to protect weak Wade Wilson. His dad spoke to, I think it was Marie, Miss in charge of Wade Wilson. Save Wade. So he says, something to the effect of, there was a guy who unalived 5 women about 50 miles from where Wade's crimes took place, and he was getting the DEATH sentence. Nobody was sticking up for him, telling people, no, you shouldn't unalive that little fat guy because he's a little fat guy, a little pudgy. In all fairness, Steve, Wade's biological dad, said he's a little pudgy guy. Not as good looking as his son. And he wanted to know, if you really believe in that there shouldn't be the DEATH penalty because you're Christian. By the way, eye for an eye. Same came out of some book. It did. If you're really concerned about that penalty, how come it's only for Wade that you're concerned? That was a question that, Wade's bio dad asked. Some people think that Wade's bio dad is like jealous of Wade. How about he's just really disappointed and frustrated about what his son did, and that his son put him in a really bad situation that could have caused Steve, his bio dad, to go to prison for life. And I think that's a lot of nerve to ask somebody to do that for somebody else, don't you? Hey guys, why don't you take anything he tells you to do and you break the law? Can you break the law for Wade? Weak Wade wives? Then why do you want his dad to do it?
This defendant is no idol. It is a disgrace, and it is pitiful to hold him up as such.
What's next for convicted double murderer Wade Wilson as he heads to death row?
He will pay the ultimate price, the highest penalty we carry in Florida, because of the heinous, atrocious, and cruel things he did to these two victims.
It's a question with a clear answer laid out by the Florida Department of Corrections.
This defendant is now nothing more than a number in the Florida Department of Corrections awaiting death.
Wilson will stay in his cell at all times except for medical reasons, exercise, visits, or media interviews. Eat 3 times a day beginning at 5 a.m. and ending between 4 and 4:30 p.m. Wear an orange shirt to identify he's a death row inmate and only have pre-approved visits.
Guys, this is Issues with Toddy Oneskip. What do you think about all this? Tell me, what do you think about Wade going to protective custody? I think he should get smacked around a little bit before he goes. I'm not a violent person, but I really hate what he did, and I really would like to see some sort of karma bite him in the ass where he makes people see that it ain't so cool what he did. That it's not cool to act like there's a whole conspiracy and that there's all this importance about you, and that it takes away from the 2 women that were unalived by him. And why in the world do weak Wade wives feel like these 2 women shouldn't matter? I'd like to ask them. Guys, my email is toddyoneSkip@gmail.com, and I would love for any of weak Wade wives, any one of you or all of you, to please contact me and tell me, why in the world do you think this guy's innocent? Why are you going to believe him over anybody else? And what would happen if he was a small, stout guy who was balding? Would you have the same compassion? Where's your crusade for him? There's a lot of people that are on DEATH row. Where are those wives? Hello? It must be about those tattoos on that face or something. I don't know. And now, guys, a few words from the always shirtless, well, most of the time shirtless, J.D. DeLay.
Very tough time while he is locked up, which you can tell already because of the fact that he's been doing all his time in Lee County Jail in protective custody. Only the worst of the worst of the worst are there, and these are people who have absolutely nothing to lose. Like, what would you do? The state's already gonna kill you. Your fate is sealed unless you happen to get off on an appeal, which doesn't really happen that often if we're really honest with ourselves about it. In the state of Florida, the average time that somebody spends on death row before their execution is 22.8 years. You need to understand about something like this is that you are basically in solitary confinement. That means that you are going to have a whole lot of cell time and a whole lot of isolation. They don't want to give you access to other inmates, and they don't want other inmates to get access to you.
Guys, tell me what you think in the comments. I always appreciate the comments. Always want to know where you are in the world, what you're thinking about, what you're eating, what you're drinking. And we'll see you soon, guys. Have a happy weekend. Have a great weekend. Be better today than you were yesterday. Never be a weak Wade wives. Always be kind. Thanks, guys.